Hello, this is Raina with LYLO Crafts coming on today to participate in the scripture journaling cards, which is an open collaboration hosted by Susan of Susan Hiles Art and Helen of Moss Cottage. And I will put a link to both of those ladies' channels in the description below. And this is the second of the 3 weeks that we will be making these scripture cards. And this month, it's a little bit different. We are to make cards this month all centered around the theme of love, and we are to leave them places for people to find them. And so this is going to be a little bit of a craft with me on how we can make like a card for your journal. So if you don't want to do a scripture card, that's okay. Stick with me. Anyway, we're going to be decorating some of these cards based on a prompt. So the prompt this time was we're to use a Project Life card. We're to decorate it with paper or with paint. I'm going to use paper. We're to add ribbon, lace, something like that, and some kind of a dangle. I picked these two different Project Life cards that I have, and I picked them based on the side that I'm just going to write the scripture on. So I figured I could write over this heart, and I could, this one even has grid lines, yay, so that I could write the scripture in there. So I'm going to put them on this side. So then what I wanted to do was to pick paper that would coordinate with that, because I'm not going to cover up this side. I'm only going to cover up the other side there. So I'm going to cover that up. I'm going to use this paper right here because I think that this green can pick up with this green. And these are hexagon, kind of like bees. And so I want to probably incorporate a bee theme because the whole idea is to make something that people would actually pick up and look at. So I want to do things that might appeal to somebody. And I'm thinking that maybe this can go, it can go with either one of these. So, and this was given to me in packaging from Billy Stubblefield. And so I really want to make sure that I use that and maybe even the lace too in one of these projects. And so for this one, for the heart, I'm going to, this one says today with the area on the back, but I'm just going to use this sweet paper. And both of these sheets of paper are coming from the pad that Janet just gave me. And this is it. It's called Spring Fling. And then I also want to incorporate the stamp that I have, which has this word love onto both of these cards. So I'm going to cover these cards and take my first steps, and I will come on back. So I've got my cards covered, and then I decided to add just a little bit of this gold metallic stitching around the edges, and I did it especially for this one because it's just white with a little bit of pink. So I wanted to add something pretty to that. So I've got these two stitched, and now I've got to figure out how I want to decorate the side that's not going to be scripture. So I had that thing that Billy gave me, and I kind of tore it apart because it was too big to fit whole. So I started with 2 pieces, and then I thought it didn't stand out enough. So now I'm thinking I'm going to put this third piece back on it. And I've got this little bumblebee here. And I think I'm going to have to change out the wings because I don't like the blue wings with this. But I think that's like the right size. And then I'm kind of thinking I can use this as like, and make this like a flower. So make this like a flower stem and maybe cut some petals out of this lace so that I can get the lace onto my card. So that's what I'm thinking for that one. And then for this one, I'm thinking, not quite positive, but that I might put like these 3 here and then put, I don't know, some kind of ribbon for the stem, and then try and make lace for the leaves on this one as well. Now, I was all ready to go and maybe start trying this, but then I realized it's going to be quite dimensional. It's going to be very hard to write on the back side. So I am now going to actually put the scripture on first on this side to write it on there, and then I can go ahead and decorate. Okay. Okay, so I picked out my favorite scriptures on love. And so the first one is this one, which says, do everything in love, 1 Corinthians 16:14. This just reminds me of Mother Teresa, and her one of her famous quotes was, do small things with great love. And that's certainly based on the scriptures. So everything that we do can be done in love. So I thought that was so great. And then this one I chose because of all the terrible stuff that is going on in the world. This is Colossians 3:14, and it says, and over all these virtues put on love, which binds them together in perfect unity. And I certainly think we need way more love in this world right now. We need way more unity. Every person is valuable and precious. Life is valuable and precious. And it is so sad that people are choosing to take other people's lives. It's just wrong. And so I just thought, with everything going on, I thought this verse about love and unity together was a perfect one to leave as encouragement for whoever finds this. Okay, so let's flip these over and then we will start decorating. Okay, so what I did was I took the wings off the bumblebee and I traced them onto this vellum paper, which was part of that embellishment. And all I am doing right now is just fussy cutting these little wings out. And again, remember those wings were blue before. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of pencil mark showing on here. So I'm just going to erase my little pencil mark here. Okay, great. So now I'm ready to add my little wings to this little bumblebee here. He looks like he's been through the war zone by me tearing him apart. Okay. So let me see how that looks on the front. The nice thing about wet glue is it allows you to slide things around a little bit. Okay, so there we go. I think that looks good. And then what I'm going to do is use some flower stamens for his little antenna. And these stamens that I have, I store them in these little Dollar Tree containers. And these white ones are 10 for $1. So 10 for $1.25 now. And I think that's a really good price for those little containers. And so that's how I store a lot of my little, flat back embellishments. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get just a dab of hot glue on here. I'm going to take my two little stamens and then I'm going to put them in like that. And then I'm just going to apply this little spatula on here. What I love about the spatula, which I also got at the $1.25 tree, is that it will make that hot glue flat so it doesn't create a bump and you don't get burned. So there's my sweet little bee. Oh, I like him. Okay, so I've got this flower. I think I'm going to put this bee on. And okay, so you can see that I've got it all glued down now. I used this thin gold ribbon for the stems, and then I used lace for the leaves. And what I did was I have this leaf punch, and it punches out leaves like this. And then I just tore off this top leaf like that, and then I just laid it on this lace, and then I just cut around it. So I did that for the big ones, and then I did the same thing for the small ones, and I just cut them down a little bit. And so these are my two sweet cards. The last thing I'm supposed to do is add a dangle. And so the dangles that I picked this time are these little Happy Mail dangles, because I want them to know that it's really for them. It's like a note for them. And I thought the heart was great because the heart symbolized love without saying love, since I have the word love on both of these. So I'm going to use those. Okay, so here are my finished cards. So there they have the Happy Mail. Attached is the dangle. It has the lace and the ribbon, and I'm on a Project Life card, and I use scrapbook paper. So there we go. We've got one with love. We've got one with flowers. We have do everything in love, and we have and over all these virtues put on love, which binds them together in perfect unity. So these are my 2 cards. I thank you so much, and I hope you will use the hashtag to check out all the other amazing makers. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.